But did we talk about the Supreme Court yet? Barely, right? I think we talked about the fact that we were going to talk about it.
Uh-huh.
So the just ludicrous right-wing Supreme Court filled with Barry Goldwaters. All Barry Goldwaters are
like 9 of them, right?
Like 9 Barry Goldwaters. These people, and a Supreme Court Chief Justice that's like Ronald Reagan. So you got like 8 Barry Goldwaters and 1 Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
Guys, it's so pathetic.
Yeah, and well, there's a Ron Paul in there as well, just kind of for effect. So it's 7-1-1.
Right. Okay, I can go along with that. But this sharply divided U.S. Supreme Court denied a rural Nevada church's request late Friday night to strike down as unconstitutional a 50-person cap on worship services as part of the state's ongoing response to the coronavirus. Okay, so churches are limited to 50 people. 50. Casinos can have 50% capacity.
Wow.
So how many people can you cram into a casino? 2,000? 5,000? I don't know. There's thousands of people at a casino. You can do 50 or less at a church. They're like, okay, something's wrong here. This is like unconstitutional. First Amendment, anyone? Yeah, no one wants the First Amendment, especially not the U.S. Supreme Court. In a 5-4 decision, the court refused to grant the request from the Christian Church east of Reno to be subjected to the same restrictions in Nevada that allow casinos, restaurants, and other businesses to operate at 50% capacity with proper social distancing. I can't even believe it.
This is egregious.
So, Chief Justice John Roberts sided with the liberals again.
Wow, what a disappointment, man.
The Bush boys, W and his daddy, have appointed 2 of the worst Supreme Court justices in the history of this nation. H.W. Bush did David Souter, and W. Bush did John Roberts. And they both turned out horrible. Mm-hmm. I mean, each of them also gave us 2 of the best justices of all time, Clarence Thomas, Sam Alito. But the other ones,
we should have been able to double that number.
Yes,
no
excuse. We should not be in the position we're in right now. It should not be happening. There were some scathing writings done in the minority ruling.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Sam Alito said, the Constitution guarantees the free exercise of religion. It says nothing about the freedom to play craps or blackjack, to feed tokens into a slot machine, or to engage in any other game of chance. Under the governor's edict, a 10-screen multiplex may host 500 moviegoers at a time. That's according to Gorsuch.
Mm-hmm.
A casino, too, may cater to hundreds at once, with perhaps 6 people huddled at each craps table here and similar number gathered around every roulette wheel there. But churches, synagogues, and mosques are banned from admitting more than 50 worshipers, no matter how large the building, how distant the individuals, how many wear face masks, no matter the precautions at all. And yet, sorry. No.
What did we say earlier about the Constitution still mattering?
Yeah. Yeah, and to the highest court in the land, the guys whose job it is to protect and defend that Constitution. That's their one job. That's all their job is. They can't do it. They're not doing it. They ruled some kind of ridiculous. Well, they didn't even say anything about this time because they made a similar ruling for another church somewhere else was it in California? And at that time they said, yeah, you're mixing secular with non-secular. You can't do that. What? Wait, what? The Constitution protects the churches. It doesn't protect the secular necessarily.
I mean, if there's ever a clear, cut and dry case, it should have been this one.
It should have been.
Was this an economic decision? Well, there's a tax base involved in this one.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know.
So weird.
But Roberts is wow, he's blown it. I mean,
he sucks.
He's awful. every big-time ruling, I mean, on some of the minor things that you don't care that much about, he'll make some kind of attempt at a constitutional ruling.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to something that really matters, like this,
You're right.
he doesn't. He's never there for us.
See, for the longest time, you thought, okay, well, if they've got something on him, then the deal they made was you're going to always uphold Obamacare. Well,
And he does.
Yeah, and then it's also stuff like this. I think it's just big cases. It's his legacy crap.
It is.
He
That's what
doesn't
it
want
is.
to be
Yeah.
the court, the Roberts court that really shook the foundations of society.
He doesn't want to be the guy that was the conservative leader of a conservative court. He doesn't want to be seen that way. So I guess he wants the opposite of that. I don't know. I don't know what it is. This happens to about half of the conservative judges that are appointed. About half of them turn out this way. Anyway, Gorsuch wrote, I think, the main dissent. He said, this is a simple case. Under the governor's edict, a 10-screen, we
You
did that part.
You pretty much covered all of it, except for maybe at the very
In
bottom.
Nevada, it seems, it's better to be an entertainment than religion. Maybe that's nothing new. But the First Amendment prohibits such obvious discrimination against the exercise of religion. Yes. How could you not see it that way? The world we inhabit today, with a pandemic upon us, poses unusual challenges, but there is no world in which the Constitution permits Nevada to favor Caesar's Palace over Calvary Chapel. Really good. And really true. I don't understand how you deny that.
And weren't we concerned that Gorsuch was?
Yeah.
What was it?
That he-
or was it No, it was Gorsuch. That
It was
we were going to
Gorsuch.
worry about him and religious freedom.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a hero writing that dissent.
Yeah.
I
mean, that's a solid opinion right there. I don't know. Again, I don't know how you argue with it, but they did. And 5-4 ruling the other way. You would think with the configuration of the court right now, we would win every single one of these. Every single one of these that are close. We should have won by now.
Well, I mean, you talk about how Republican appointees, maybe we hit about half the time. It's probably less than that. But at least it's balanced out by, because when a Democrat puts a liberal on the court, those sometimes make really crazy
Never.
conservative
Never.
rulings.
Well, I will amend that
balance
just
it out.
slightly. The one sort of exception has been Elena Kagan.
I think it's a libertarian streak in her that
She
shines.
does have, at least she has that.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll shock you every once in a while.
Yep.
And again, usually not on the main decisions.
And it's never 5-4. It's
No.
always 7-2,
7-2.
6-3,
8-1.
I want to see 5-4 rulings with Elena Kagan
Being the deciding vote. That'd be great.
basically canceling out John Roberts' stupid votes.
Wouldn't that be great? I'd love that to happen. It's not going to, but I'd love for it to.
So, do we know? I should have probably looked this up. I wonder if that church went ahead and said, "Yeah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and meet
going.
on Sunday because this came down Friday."
Mm-hmm.
Let's.
I will say this. No, maybe I better not get us in trouble. I heard there was a church
What? Oh no.
somewhere nearby.
No.
Might have had 76 people attend because they split up when you come, like every other week. And apparently 76 people came.
And you've heard this.
I just heard that about some church. I don't know which one.
At least you live in Texas. It's not like the governor there is going to crack down on anything.
Right.
I mean, that's another example.
I know.
When your back is against the wall and freedom and the Constitution really tested, you would expect that would be the time to shine, these conservative leaders. But
Yeah, but
no.
Abbott, we discussed this. I think Abbott absolutely freaked out at some point over what was happening in Texas with the COVID numbers, and he hasn't been the same ever since.